Hello everyone and welcome to Brands Hatch for the second round of the 2018.2 South African simGT4 series, and we've got qualifying underway, the 50-minute session. We are 2 minutes down, and it is Jason Absmeyer watching, who left the pit lane first, and Absmeyer will be one to watch this evening. He was quickest of the hot lap division qualifying throughout the weekend by quite a margin ahead of Bashir Jadwat. And everybody else, of course, 51 qualifiers this last weekend. But Absmeyer reigns supreme, and let's see if he can continue his fine form into qualifying and then into the race, of course. And see how we get on, how he gets on in the secured RP Mad Cape Maserati. He's got teammate Leslie Oliphant just behind him, running rear gunner in qualifying. And let's see, we'll see if Bashir Jadwat in the Squadra Ghostworks Porsche can do anything about Absmeyer tonight. Of course, Jadwat winning round 1 outright at Imola last time round in the GT4 series. And yeah, of course, we had this legendary circuit, Brands Hatch, lots of undulations, ups and downs, and famous circuit, of course. So Absmeyer's done a 29.984. Himself and his teammate Oliphant are the only two drivers I've seen in the 29s, I think, throughout practice. And the Maserati seems to have an edge here over the Porsche Cayman. Let's watch Jadwat in the now 80k shack backed Squadra Ghostworks outfit, or Ghostworks outfit in general. So it's great to see the Esport Lounge in Claremont, Cape Town on board with Ghostworks. Jadwat now level with his best delta time so far, and he'll be pushing like crazy now, trying to get into the 29s to challenge Absmeyer and Oliphant. Of course, he is ahead of Oliphant for the moment. A big shout out to our YouTube live viewers to start streaming in for this spectacle this evening. And I'll be flying solo in the commentary box this evening, and I'll be bringing all the action to you live. Jadwat now improved to 30.482, but Oliphant's got even quicker to 32.09. So Jadwat's gone down to third. Crawford now up into third now in the Kids app Maserati. He abandons that lap, but Crawford looking strong here in third position. Does hear it. Devon Lisher now also looked very strong this weekend through practice, and that shaken back Maserati. It's got something to prove here, Brands Hatch. And Gabriel says, commenting about the intro vid. Yes, Gabriel, it made by Bongi Mabida, and fantastic editing skills as Bongi have, a very talented individual. Lisha now looking to up his delta time now, is at a 10th up. That would challenge Jadwat for 4th position if Devon Lisha can keep up this pace now. Oliphant, of course, 30.209, just just over 2 tenths behind teammate Absmeyer. Lorio now Langefeld up into 5th position, and Lisha is going to go 10th up, and he is just going to miss out on Jadwat, but he displaces Langefeld for 5th position. So good run there by Devon Lisha. Let's see what that shaken back Maserati can do in this qualifying session. As we watch the red line racing Porsche came in, leaving the pits now for another run. Langefeld currently in 6th position, of course. And this is Rainer Gerber for Gerber Racing in the 91 car. Struggled for pace through the hot lap qualifying sessions, but looking much better here in where it really counts in the final qualifying session. Currently in 9th position. Starting to come to grips with that car. There's Reinhardt. Jadwat now up on his delta. Can he get the power down? Oh, yes, he can. 2/10 up. And that would challenge Oliphant for 2nd position if he can keep this pace up. He's lost a bit of time there, unfortunately, down the Hawthorne Hill straight. But gains now through Westfield Bend. Peter Kelviner is up to 12th position now for Redline. Jadwat puts the power down. What will this give him? I think it will give him 3rd position. Yes, he displaces Kerry Crawford for 3rd. So it is secured RP Madcap again, ahead of secured RP Madcap, and then Squadron Ghostworks in 3rd position. But Absma with a clear advantage at this stage. Governor now up into 10th position. 31.231. Lindsay Ray displaces no, he goes to top 10 as Lindsay Ray for Arco Racing. Absma is not improving this lap. Let's see his teammate Leslie Oliphant now almost 3/10 up on his delta. This is going to challenge his teammate Absma for pole position. But a mistake there, running wide at Sterling's Bend on the way to Clearways. Got to be very patient with the turning on this corner. He gets the power down. Oh, it's going to be very close, isn't it? He's just going to miss out though. Yes, wow, look at that. 2/100ths of a second. So very close indeed. Oliphant can take it to Absma now. He's still got 5 minutes remaining in the session. Big mistake there though. That won't help things at all. Jadwat now begins a new flying lap. Crawford's on an out lap as well. See what Jadwat can do now. Let's go on board with Bishet Jadwat. See right round Druids Bend, down the hill towards Graham Hill Bend. Drivers are allowed to run wide here. Gets the power down nicely. Up on his delta. Important to get good drive out of this corner now as early as possible. Oh, a bit of a mistake there for Jadwat. Not too bad. Still gaining in his best delta. That is the Maserati of Hellcats for Talk Dirty Racing. He moves aside nicely for Jadwat. And finally, Leandre Sparks has joined the server. So we have a full house here this evening. 22 drivers. Oh, Jadwat pushing very hard indeed. Lorio now up into 3rd position. So Jadwat moves down to 4th. Jadwat now. Oh, great lap time. This could be almost 3/10 up. This is possibly going to give him 3rd position. Can he challenge Oliphant for 2nd? It has a 30.043. Absolutely nothing in it at the top. We in for one crack of a race. But Absma now improves once again with a 29.828. And Oliphant still in the pits. He needs to leave if he has to get another flying lap in. Let's look at Kerry Crawford. He's down on his lap time. About to start another flyer. Lisha is bang on with his delta for the moment. But loses out there, unfortunately, in the shake and bake Maserati. So Lisha still in 6th position. Langeveld is 2 tenths down. As in slower. And Mark Hembry now. He is quicker. Let's see if he can maintain this pace. And of course, we've got the Division 2 and 3 races on Wednesday evening. And if you're watching this, you want to get involved in the racing, you're very welcome to sign up for the season. It's still early on in the season, and you could be racing on Wednesday evening. Halkett now up into 18th position. He improves the 31.477 for Talk Dirty Racing. Embry now improving all the time, up at 10th. This could give him 6th position, possibly 5th position of Hera Crawford. There's a slight error there through Dingledale. I beg your pardon, that was Westfield Bend. These two corners look very similar. Hembry loses out through that last corner. Now he starts gaining, but he's lost all his good work that he did on entry to the final corner. And Hembry will stay in 8th for now. Absmeyer still out, looking to improve. Jadwat's in the pits. I think that's it for his qualifying session. So his best start will be from 3rd. Crawford now abandons his lap. Loria's in the pits. Lisha on a flyer. Lisha now improving. Almost half a tenth quicker. Oh, it's great drive through. Oh, it's been a slight error, run wide. He did try something. You got to hand it to him. And Langeveld still out now, looking to improve. There's a slight area there, although he's gaining. What can the Red Line Racing Porsche come up with now? We're into overtime. I'm not sure if he's going to be able to finish his lap, unfortunately. Want to cut the apex as much as you can here. Keep the momentum up. He is gaining. Will he be able to finish his lap though? I'm not quite sure when he crossed the line. But he's trying. A 10th up so far. But his Jason Absmeyer will start from pole position this evening ahead of teammate Leslie Oliphant. So a good run here for secured RP Madcape. Langeveld will not improve. You'll stay in 7th position, and that's the end of the qualifying session this evening. And we're going to take a short break, and then we'll be back with the formation lap to start this cracker here at Brands Hatch. Welcome back to Brands Hatch for round 2 of the 2018.2 South African simGT4 series, and Jason Absma has started the formation lap. And while Absma does that, we'll look at the current Drivers' Championship standings. It is Bashir Jadwat, of course, leading the championship after his victory of round 1 at Ebola, and then it is Christopher Langeveld. There's the Oliphant in 3rd position, Chris Heineke in 4th, and Jason Absma, pole position man this evening, will start from 5th position. Crawford in 6th, Quay Claessens in 7th, Wesley Front in 8th position, Mark Hembry in 9th, and Wesley Delport completes the top 10. Unfortunately, Wesley Delport, I think he's absent this evening. He was racing the Division 2 race on Wednesday evening, and the team's championship sees secured Mad Cape on top with 88 points ahead of Redline Racing Alpha. Wesley Delport and Christopher Langeveld in 2nd there. And then we've got Phantom Coastworks in 3rd position, Mark Hembry and Chris Heineke. Synergy Spartan with Matthew Boy and Quay Claessens in 4th position. And the Kids App RPM Sim Racing team in 5th position. That's your top 5 at the moment. Of course, just one round done. And the worst round for each driver is dropped anyway come championship end to finalize the points. So it's still all wide open here. Absma could leave this evening leading the Drivers' Championship if it stays this way. But 60 lap race this evening, around 90 minutes, and each driver must do one mandatory pit stop. And an element of strategy at play. Will we see a 2-stopper being used? Possibly. And everybody on the same hard tyre for both cars, the Maserati and the Porsche. And Absma now bunching the field to start this race. Just a short straight, then he can get on with it. And Oliphant there looking dangerous in 2nd position. Is he going to play rear gunner to Absma, or is he going to go after Absma himself? That's the question. Anyways, off he goes. The race has started, and off goes Jason Absma down the main straight for the very first time this evening. And we've got Jadwat looking to make moves on Oliphant early on. Into Paddock Hill Bend we go. Oh, Jadwat trying to go on the outside. That's brave. He's trying to get the inside line. Oh, big slide. And Crawford now looking to attack him in 4th position. But Jadwat not able to make that early move on Oliphant. He so desperately needed to get after Absma. And Absma really starting to pull the gap. And we've got some action here. Langeveld's past Lisha for 6th position. So that Redline Racing Porsche now will go after Sean Laurier in the Kids App Maserati. And Heineke's got Boy for 11th position. And Sparks has got Cabin for 19th. Let's go back to 2nd position. Jadwat's got a run on Oliphant. Down the hill we go. Oh, he's going to go on the outside and make slight contact. Jadwat will be brave to go on the outside. He's going to run around him. Has he got him? And I think, yeah, Jadwat's got to 2nd position. That is so important for this race. So the Squadra Ghostworks Porsche splits the secured RP Madcap Maseratis. And Jadwat now will now focus, and Absma needs to keep Oliphant behind him though. Can he do that? We're about to start lap 3 of 60. So that was an all-important move for Jadwat, and he managed to put it off. Two Kids that Maserati's running together, and Langeveld's going to run a Laurier. He's surely going to have the inside line, is he? He's going to dive to the inside under brakes. Yes, he does. And Laurier has to submit. Langeveld up to 5th position, looking dangerous now. Now go after Harry Crawford. So the Porsche is looking pretty quick, fast here on the opening laps. Perhaps able to warm their tyres a bit quicker than the Maseratis. So we're all still very close together here. And, oh, Jadwat's right with Absma. He's gone board with Bashir Jadwat. Oh, he's going to try the same move around Oliphant. Can he get that move done? Around the outside. Oh, Absma runs him wide. And Jadwat's going to have to try again. Some fantastic racing here, Brands Hatch. These GT4 cars living up to the hype once again. We had a crack at Imola, and it's going to be the same thing here at Brands Hatch. Boy now challenging. That's Ismail and Hanik. Oh, the 3 wide, yes, contact. How is that not going pear-shaped? And it has. Oh, both Synergy cars taken out, unfortunately. So that's unfortunate. 3 wide into there doesn't go often. Oh, Jadwat's running on the outside of Absmire Druids. So they're lining up here, sending into the Absmire train. And Absmire not able to get away like he needs to. Oh, big slide for Jadwat, and there's a mistake from Oliphant Crawford through to 3rd position. Oh, it's all kicking off here. And we've got a run here from Langerfeldt on Oliphant. And Langerfeldt's going to go to 4th position. Look at that. Secured RP mate. Cape Maserati's battling for pace here. Perhaps running a heavier fuel load compared to the rest, looking to go longer in the race, and perhaps the others running a lighter fuel load. Get up to pace quick and come in a bit earlier. Yes, this is all the type of strategy work that can come into play. This is going to be a fascinating contest. Van Zyl drops down. Alfie Van Zyl in his first race at SimRace South Africa, down to 16th position, unfortunately. Absmire leads on lap 5. He's about to start lap 5 of 60. Langerfeldt now closes up to Crawford. Look at that. So this epic rivalry between Absmire and Jadwat, which has spanned years, many years throughout many sim racing competitions, continues here in 2018.2 at Brands Hatch. Jadwat's got a good run now. It's going to have the legs down the straight. We know the Porsche's a bit stronger. Jadwat's trying to squeeze. Jadwat, block him. Oh, he's got the run. Jadwat's surely. Oh, Jadwat's running wide. Contact. Jadwat keeps. Absmire keeps it on the black stuff. I don't know how he does that. Crawford's going to run on Absmire now, but he breaks. He stays out of it. Perhaps a wise decision. So contact there between Jadwat and Absmire. Langerfeldt now under pressure from Oliphant. I hardly catch my breath. There's so much action happening all over the circuit. So incredible racing here at Brands Hatch. There's only lap 5. Wow, 55 to go. But it is Jadwat at the front. He's getting away from Absmire. I can't help but think that Jadwat's gone aggressive on the strategy. Perhaps a much lighter fuel load. He knows he's got a pace deficit to the Maserati. Langerfeldt now still under pressure from Oliphant. Let's see one of the Phantom Ghost Porsches running wide. Watching the Holden-Jones Hellcat battle. This is for 12th position. The gap stabilizing somewhat. Back with our race leader Bashir Jadwat. Looking comfortable for the moment. Here Crawford currently in 3rd position. Of course, the top 7 from this race go through to the our flagship championship Division 1 race in 2 weeks' time. South African simGT series at Mugello. Upsmire's got that gap down to 2 seconds now. Hockett's right with Holden-Jones now. It's Talk Dirty Racing against Redline Racing. Hockett's got a run here on Holden-Jones. Who's the most brave to turn 1? It is Holden-Jones. Can he get it stopped? Yes, he can, but Hockett's coming back at him now. Through goes Hellcat. Nice clean move there. Let's go back to the Crawford Langerveld battle. This one is warming up nicely for us to watch. Let's go on board with Christopher Langerveld. Langerveld using a bit of a wider entry there, but that Maserati just a bit better on power. Sunny Leslie Oliphant's also in play, and he's bringing Devon Lisher with him. Sunny. Oh, we got someone wide. Crawford does so very well to keep it on the black stuff. But surely Langerveld is going to try and make a move. Can he make it sick? No, he can't. And Porsche absolutely sideways. Oliphant now looking to take advantage. Here comes Lisher as well. Langerveld places his car well, not to allow Oliphant to get underneath him. But Lisher now down the main straight side by side with Oliphant. And Lisher, will he go down to 5th position? Or up to 5th position? Lisher, he's got the inside line, gets back on the power. Oh, and Oliphant's very alert on the brakes. Lisha's got the inside line, but very well played there by Oliphant. He held the inside line for the following corner and gets the power down a bit better anyway. It's a fantastic racecraft here between Langeveld, Oliphant and Lisha. But you can see that gap visually coming down between Jadwat and Absmeyer. Oh, he's just Jadwat just controlling things, looking after his tyre wear. Lisha's getting ready for another go at Oliphant. Langeveld trying to off-put Crawford there. Dummy move to the inside. Nicely played. This is the Helnes Watchers battle. These are two teammates. And they've got Adrian Governor just behind them as well, and Matthew Boyce, the two Synergy cars right there too. So this is all over 13th position. Oh, big sideways action there for Watchers. He does so well, does Christo. Jadwat's really falling back into the clutches of Absmeyer now. That gap down to 1.2 seconds. It was 2 seconds at one stage. And of course, it's one thing to catch up, it's another thing to actually pass. Right now, Cab also catching up to these two. He's bringing. Ismail's fallen back there. I'm not sure they're putting a lap on. It could be Leandro Sparks, perhaps. No, that's Stevens, but it could be Leandro. So Leandro currently in 11th position, looking strong here. Late to join the server, but doing a fantastic job is Leandro. Let's go back to the front. The gap's still around 1.4 seconds. Oh, this Hembry Lindsay Ray battle is very close. Lindsay Ray's right with him now. It's been the slipstream with that Porsche. Lindsay Ray, bit of an error there, unfortunately, it's lost out to Hembry. And Hembry will scamper away. Governor now challenging Bottas again for their 13th position. Oh, very close. Bottas does very well to block him there. Did I just say Bottas, like Valtteri Bottas? It's Bottas. Is that being corrected? Hopefully I'm getting that right as well. So, Govender and Boy still behind Holden-Jones. Therefore, this is battle for 13th, of course, as I've mentioned. And, oh, it's getting very close to the front now. I was by just a second behind Judd Watts. These two will be looking to go as long as possible, because the earlier they do a pit stop, the sooner they'll be into traffic behind them. And ideally you want to go for as long as possible, so when you come out, all the people behind you are still behind you, not ahead of you. And out of sync with your pit stop, of course. So these two ahead of Crawford in third, of course. Crawford having a great run this evening. Haven't seen pace like this from him for a while now. And this Langefeld Oliphant battle rages on. Let's turn to the Boy Gerber battle. Who is that coming through in the Porsche? Somebody who's a lap down, I think. Trying to unlap themselves. The Porsche survives for the moment. And here comes Oliphant and Langefeld. Langefeld's having nothing of it. He covers the door there. Oliphant's going to have to try again. And of course, Lesh is right there to pick up any pieces that come his way. Gerber's got Boy. Yes, he has. In fact, Mark McGear, the Porsche, that's confusing the issue. Mark McGear down in 22nd position and a lap down. I think he's in fact done his pit stop. That's why he's so far behind. So just let us sync there for McGear and M2 Racing for the moment. Here comes Calvinus. Challenging Halkett for 12th position. Already running around the outside. Just trying to do a Judd Watt. Oh, fantastic racing. And that's how you do it, everyone. Calvinus through on Halkett for 12th position. Great move. Gerber's got Bottas as well, so Gerber, a man on the move. Oh, these three are very close together, aren't they? And Boy's going to have to do well to keep those two Porsches behind him now. And the brakes we go. Mark McGear's got to run. And Bottas, yes, he makes a move. So Mark McGear lapping himself again. You know, go after Boy. Lindsay Reyes caught up to Hembry for challenging for 8th position. So Lindsay Ray finding some great pace in that Arco Racing Maserati in yellow. Jabsma working away at that gap to Jadwa, down to 0.8 of a second. Ziraina's going to run on Embry. Opts for the outside line. Embry does well, not to allow him underneath him. Lindsay Ray very wide. Embry superior drive out of that last corner. He actually moves away from Lindsay Ray and towards Lario. It's the Kidzap Maserati leading the Phantom Coastworks ATK Shack back Porsche, and then we've got the Arco Racing Maserati of Lindsay Ray. This is the battle for 7th position outright. Of course, this is the valued 7th position. This is the last result that goes through the Division 1 South African simGT series. So this is what they're squabbling over, and they've got it. Lario's got that position for the moment, but Embry and Lindsay Ray want to take that away from him, of course. Jadwat's moving away from Osmai slightly. He's put about 2/10 on him. Olifant now right with Langeveld again. I was mine now, just half a second behind race leader Jadwat. Langeveld going defensive very early on. Going to compromise himself for turn 1, I think. Olifant might have a run into Druids. Will he be able to get the power? No, that Porsche is a bit quick out of there. A bit quicker than Olifant through that section. Let's go down to the Governor Herber battle. Langevoort keeping Oliphant out. Two drivers using very different racing lines through the corners. Fascinating to watch. And coming out with the same result, really. Of course, you've got the Maserati with the engine in the front. Probably mid-engine as well. And the Porsche is rear mid-engined. Let's go back to the front now. Jason Asma is right with Bashir Jadwat. And then I think we're in for one fascinating battle now. Let's just hang with these two and see what happens for the moment. And they go on board with Jason Asma in the secured RP Make Maserati. Oh no, Jadwat made a slight error there, did well to get away with it. And Jadwat's now approaching traffic as well, so it's another elephant to come into play. Oh, Jadwat again wide. So I think those tyres on that Squadra Ghost Works Porsche are now starting to fade away. The grip was, and Upsmire would have taken note of that. Upsmire very brave on the inside curb, taking a bit of grass with him. Halkett up to 12th, taking Geldernes's position. Oh, we got someone in the wall there. Who says Alfie van Zyl? Alfie van Zyl in the wall. He will do well to recover. Upsmire forcing the issue with Jadwat now. What is Jadwat going to do? He's going to go defensive. Use the superior grunt of that Porsche down the short straight. Better drive here for Upsmire. Jadwat will be looking in his mirrors all the time. At a disadvantage in front of Upsmire for the moment. Upsmire going left, going right. Trying to distract Jadwat into a mistake. But Jadwat soaking up the pressure well for the moment. We've got Bottas in the pits from 20th position for Redline Racing. So we should see the pit stop starts happening now towards the middle stage. It's all very much a mental game for the moment. Upsmire trying to force Jadwat into an error and take advantage of the error, of course. Upsmire will be in a slight disadvantage for the moment mentally. You can see the Porsche right in front of him. He just needs to make his inputs better than the car in front, and Jadwat can't see what Upsmire is doing all the time, of course. So Jadwat moved away there from Upsmire slightly. Had a bit of understeer for Upsmire through that last corner. see the Porsche moving side to side through Westfield. But that attack shack Porsche is doing very well for the moment. Better run here for Absmeyer, but same position he was in last lap round. So we've got some traffic ahead of us. Who is that? That is Victor de Kock in the RPM Maserati. And he will do well to avoid these two coming up to him. We've got a pass here. I think it's Heldenes on Hellcat. That is for 12th position. Jadwat flashing his lights already at de Kock, requesting that he moves aside. Flashes his lights again in desperation. Cab into the pits from 16th position. Oh, and de Kock does very well indeed to move aside. Great respect of blue flags there being shown by de Kock. Very well done. Cab is going to rejoin just in front of them. Well. Oh, we've got to move here from Absmeyer up the inside. Jadwat's trying to keep him out, but no, it doesn't work. But Jadwat will have the inside line for the following corner, surely. He's the grunt of that Porsche. Yes, he's going to run Absmeyer wide, I think. Absmeyer's going to have to... Oh, he's going to go on the outside. Absmeyer around the outside on the grass. But Jadwat will have the better line into the following left-hander. So it's all kicking off now. This battle reaching boiling point as Absmeyer bumps Jadwat down the straight, just to remind him that he's right there with him. But the Porsche has got the legs on the Maserati. And Jadwat will be feeling the pressure now. Absmeyer's got the run up the inside. Oh, and Jadwat sweeps around the outside. Oh, they made slight contact there, I think. Both drivers doing very well. And Jadwat's desperately trying to keep him out. And he's done just that for the moment. Jadwat will go defensive. Oh, that was going to contact again. And, no, Absmeyer just can't find a way through just yet. Exciting stuff here, Brands Hatch. Let's go back on board with Absmeyer. And Absmeyer just has to hold his nerve. He's got the quicker car. He's still got half the race to run. He doesn't have to try any aggressive maneuvers. He just needs to keep applying pressure. Always, and Jadwat's made a mistake. Just like that. Can Jadwat run inside him? No, he can't. Just can't quite get there. But Absmeyer just needs to be patient here. It's a mental game now. Hellcat's got Lindsay Ray for 12th position as we keep our eyes glued to this battle at the front. Oh, we've got a change. Who's fallen back? Langerfeld's fallen right back down to 6th position. So he's down from 4th. Looks like an excursion for him. Side by side now with Lisha. Up into 4th position, of course. We turn our attention to the front runners, of course. De Kock moves aside for Crawford in the background. These two battling like they are is allowing Crawford to creep up on him. He's just 2.7 seconds behind them. Jadwat's starting to move away now from Abismaier. And Halkett has got, oh, is Lindsay off? Oh, 2 cars are off. Who's that? Lindsay and Govan have come together. So that has not gone well for those 2 Maseratis. Halkett into the pits from 14th, Govan into the pits from 15th. In fact, with Abismaier so close behind Jadwat, I don't know if Jadwat can actually dive into the pits without causing an incident. Yes, he can somehow signal to Abismaier that he wants to come in when he wants to come in. He's going to have to position his car well for pit entry if he does do a pit stop before Abismaier. We've reached the halfway stage of this race, and of course we see the pit stops happening. Lischel, Himbry, Langeveld in. Bang on in the middle. Makes sense from a time management point of view. A question from the YouTube live: are those guys changing tires? I would imagine so. Jaco. Oh, someone off in the background. It's Crawford. Sparks into the pits now from 13th. Oh, we've got someone recovering there. If it doesn't come across on Abismaier, does he? No, he doesn't. Steven Sparks as well there to avoid the front runners. Slightly off-put Jadwat now because Abismaier's right with him. Oh, there's contact here. Jadwat's trying to get into the pits, I think. I thought that was going to happen. I called it the last lap. I'll claim that. And unfortunately, that's what's happened. It's released Abismaier into the lead of this race, of course. And Jadwat looking for a quick pit stop now. And I was worried how Jadwat was going to enter the pits if he's going to... Oh, he misses his pit box. That's costly for Bashir Jadwat. So that would have cost him time. Let's get this pit stop done as quickly as possible. So of course Abismaier is trying the overcut here. So the overcut is when your opponent pits before you and you run a bit longer, and hopefully that you're quicker in that time ahead, so when you do your pit stop you come out ahead of your opponent. So that's the classic overcut there for Jason Abismaier. Whether he was planning it or not, I'm not sure, but it would be the way to go, seeing as he does have superior pace when compared to Jadwat for the moment. Let's see. So Jadwat's come out in 6th position. And, let's see if Abismaier does a pit stop now. But if I was Abismaier and if he has enough fuel, I would do another 3-4 laps to keep up the pace. And he'll probably come out ahead of Jadwat, unless Jadwat ups the pace in the meantime. And Ryan Hill saying, "Ha, I jinxed it." So Abismaier does not come in this time round. Interesting. And Heinicke is in the pits now. Heinicke rejoins just ahead of McGear and Absmeyer. So now Absmeyer is now in traffic, as it were. Okay, McGear does very well to get out the way. Great respect of blue flags again. Is very generous with moving out the way. Absmeyer again in free air. Jadwat's also in free air, so no problems there for those two drivers. Now it's just all about pace. Absmeyer is coming up to, who is that? That could be Chris Heineke. Yes, it is Chris Heineke in the Phantom Ghostworks Porsche. Absmeyer stays up for yet another lap. And now suddenly, Absmeyer is in traffic behind Chris Heineke. Heineke does not need to move out the way. No, he does in fact. He is in fact a lap down. So Heineke will be getting blue flags and should allow Absmeyer through, which he does nicely. Jadwat still in free air. So the field is somewhat fanned out a bit, unfortunately for us, but we'll keep tabs on the battles. As we see Mark Embry now right with Matthew Boy. This is Phantom Ghostworks against Synergy Racing, Synergy Spartan. Fortunately for Synergy Spartan, Quake Clarson's Boy's teammate is not in this race. He'll be in the Division 2 race on Wednesday evening. Alkit's got Gerber. Gerber trying to come back at him now. McGear into the pits from 22nd. Craftford started quicker than Absmeyer that last lap, 2/10 quicker than Absmeyer. But Absmeyer again approaching traffic. Although there's Leandro Sparks, who will be a lap down in fact. Bit of dirt on the front of that secured RP Maker Maserati. Perhaps Absmeyer had an off somewhere we're not quite sure about. Or was it perhaps that slight contact with Jadwat at the start? And Absmeyer is cleared. Leandro Sparks now. Back into free air for him. Now Absmeyer will be keeping an eye on the gap to Jadwat and trying to decide when to do a pit stop, of course. And these teams do calculate how long a pit stop does take, in case they need to know what that is. in the race in such a situation as this, when you're fighting the other driver who's already done a pit stop. Embree's got Boy for 9th position. Oh, Boy's fallen back. Oh, he's had an off. So Boy down to 11th. Let's see if Absmeyer comes in for a pit stop now. Crawford's closed down that gap to the leader to just 2 seconds. So Crawford looking very quick in this middle phase of the race. Of course, Subs might be wanting Crawford to put pressure on Jadwat as well. The Kids App RPM team, of course, sister team to the secured RP Mad Cape outfit. Boys down to 4th, or he pits from 14th position. Oh, big mistake there from Absmeyer. Oh, big mistake. He does very well to regain control of the car, but he's lost out to Crawford and no doubt Jadwat as well. So he just lost about 0.3 of a second there as Absmeyer. Has he? No, he hasn't lost much time at all, in fact. That gap to Crawford still around 2 seconds. So that just shows how hard Absmeyer is pushing. Go look and see how Jadwat's getting on. He's got a bit of traffic and Lisha. No, Lisha's actually fighting for position at the moment. Lisha still has to do a pit stop. The shake and bake Maserati. Absmeyer still stays out, lap 38 to 60, no signs of him coming in just yet. So we've still got all our runners still on track, so it's great to see. Crawford has got the gap down to 1.8 seconds now. Holden-Jones, Embry battle now as well. Holden-Jones just lets Embry 3. I think he wants to come into the pits. Yes, no, he doesn't. It's very generous there by Peter Holden-Jones. Perhaps there was an incident that we didn't see before and just letting him by after that. That is quite possible. McGear's left the server. Oh, just as I say, we've got all our runners running. Somebody leaves. The commentator's curse is real. Sparks and Heineken are going at it for 12th position. Ismail to the pits now for Arco Racing. Heineken with a run on Leandre Sparks. Oh, half a spin here for Heineken is going to lose out to nobody. Oh, Heineken. He's around. He will not challenge Sparks any longer. For the moment, he's got Boy now, who's all over him. Jadwat's got some traffic in the form of Demolition. Now Demolition is in fact fighting for position. He still needs to do a pit stop, but he is legitimately in 5th position, so he does not need to move aside for Jadwat. Another advantage of Abismai's strategy is that the cars in front of him will have to give way because of the blue flags, but in Jadwat's case, Lisha doesn't have to do that. Lisha, of course, goes defensive. He's going to force Jadwat wide. Oh, slight contact. Lisha's not having it. He wants... No, it's through. Jadwat's through. Great move there. Jadwat has done the Jadwat. Well, into the pits goes... has somebody left the server? I think somebody else has also left the server, unfortunately. So we've got a space there. I'm not sure who that is. Somebody who was in around 10th position, I think that was. So that is unfortunate. So on lap 40 off 60, we're 2/3 through. Crawford nice. Caught up to Abismai. They gapped down to 1.3 seconds now. Oh, in comes Crawford into the pits. It's going to be interesting to see where he rejoins in relation to Jadwat. In comes Kerry Crawford in the Kids app. RPM Maserati. Oliphant, of course, through to second. Now, where's Jadwat? Jadwat's here in 5th position. Just rounding Westfield. Dingledale corner, I beg your pardon, through Sterling's Bend, down the back straight. Where's Crawford? Crawford rejoins easily in front of Jadwat. So Jadwat's strategy has not paid off this evening, unfortunately for him. And Squadra Ghostworks. I just think that strategy of also running longer and using the blue flags to his advantage, and Jadwat couldn't do it. They put it earlier. And the cars in front of him didn't have to move aside. And unfortunately, I think that might have just cost Jadwat the win this evening, but you can never discount Bashir Jadwat. Anything can happen yet. We've got 19 laps remaining. Got someone off there. I think it's Yassine Ismail in the Arcor Racing Maserati. Surely Abismai is going to come in. You would have seen what happened between Crawford and Jadwat. No, he stays out, so Abismai looking very confident here. Jadwat finds himself 17 seconds behind Crawford. He was actually in front of Crawford by quite a margin before the pit stop phase started. But I think that Maserati is proving the slightly superior car here at Brands Hatch, especially in terms of tyre management. Jadwat now coming up to put a lap on Edrin Govender. The attack Shaq back to Porsche. to put a lap on the Synergy Racing Maserati as quickly as possible. And of course, Governor will have to move aside because of blue flags. Question is, when will Asma in fact do his pit stop? Lario into the pits now from 3rd position in the Kidzap Maserati. Where does he come out in relation to Judd Watts? He stops. Well, of course, Judd Watts missed his pit box as well, so that would have been costly too. And Lario now leaves. Where's Judd Watts? Here comes Judd Watt down the main straight. It's going to be extremely close. Lario gets back on the power. And Lario beats Judd Watt to 4th position. And Lario is going to go defensive. Okay, here comes Judd Watt up the inside. No, Lario saw him too late, I think. And Judd Watt regains that 4th position. Good move there. But I've got a feeling Judd Watt will lose out to Oliphant too, and Oliphant does his pit stop. Let's see how we get on. 17 laps remaining. And what a race it has been so far. I thought Imola was an extremely good round, but this one's right up there with that one too. Of course, this is not the only race this week. This is the Division 1 race. We have the Division 2 and 3 races on Wednesday evening. And if you're wanting to join the action, you're very welcome to visit our website at simracesa.co.za. Click on the Esports Leagues tabs there and fill out a submission form. And I'll get back to you with an email as soon as possible. You could be practicing on the server tomorrow. Now, Gabrus bringing up an interesting point that perhaps Crawford did not change tyres. Yes, that is possible. That would have saved him quite a bit of time if Judd Watt did change tyres. And I wish we could actually see who changed tyres and who didn't. And Absma now coming up to Alfie van Zyl to put a lap on him. Alfie van Zyl, of course, a real world racing driver in the GTR Challenge. The Cape, of course, at Kalani. Great to see another real world racing driver join the sim racing world here at Sim Race South Africa. Absma puts a lap on him pretty comfortably. With someone off in the background, I think it's Langeveld. Is that Langeveld? No, his teammate. What was that? Is that Bottas? It could have been. It's Christo Bottas, a lap down in 15th position. I thought that was Langeveld, in fact, it wasn't. But that security company sponsored Maserati of Jason Osmo looking very comfortable. He has 15 laps remaining. He still needs to do a pit stop, but surprised he's not coming in yet. He's got such a margin to Judd Watt, but perhaps he's worried about teammate Leslie Oliphant stealing the show at the end. And I don't think Oliphant's done a pit stop just yet. But all will be revealed soon, I'm sure. You see Holden-Jones and Halkett resuming their battle from early on. still plenty of action to be had. Cabot then 14th as well, just behind, just a second and a half separating these three. Oh, it is in fact the Andre Sparks who disconnected from the server. So it's unfortunately, Andre, sorry to hear that. Second of our retirees this evening after Mike McGee as well. Had connection issues. But Bottas and Govender side by side. Bottas is going to take... Oh, big spin or a spin there for Govender as well. And Ismail is going to slip through to 16th position. Bottas now, he maintains at 15th for the moment. But bringing that gap down to Crawford is down to 14 seconds. I think it was 17 at one stage. So plenty of pace still in that Squadro Ghostworks Porsche. Just a quick word to Leandro. Leandro, have you tried refreshing the server, the lobby list? Perhaps that will make the server available to you again. You should be able to rejoin after disconnect if your line's okay. Let's rejoin the Hellcat Calvin's battle for 12th position. Slightly for Holden-Jones, and here comes Hellcat. Can't do anything with it. No, Hellcat dives to the inside. Holden-Jones is having nothing of it. We've got just 12 laps remaining now. And this is when I start hoping that Ismail remembers that he needs to do a pit stop. Not quite sure why Ismail is staying out so long. I would have pitted a while ago. I would be a bit worried about Crawford there in third position. He's not far behind. He's just 20 seconds behind him. He's already done a pit stop. What do you find? Also needs to do a pit stop. Now with Damien Hellcat in the Talk Dirty Racing Maserati
to Druids now. That's only slightly better, but Porsche get the power down a bit easier. The strengths and weaknesses of the two cars. This balanced performance working really well here as well. We had the Porsche was a bit stronger at Imola, and now the Maserati a bit stronger here at Brands Hatch. Oh, Halkett's going to have a better run here, I think. Smythe still hasn't done his pit stop. Oh, and Holden-Jones runs really wide, cuts a bit of grass in there. Outside. Oh, here comes Halkett's got a run on him. Side by side we go. Holden-Jones doesn't forget to brake. No, that's how good that Porsche is through there. Oh, mistake here from Halkett's on the grass. Oh, he does so well to get it stopped. Look at that. That's incredible. Ismail and Bottas having a run together. Ismail dives to the inside. It's always been a huge error. Always going to come across the circuit. Oh. And the Synergy Racing cars did very well to avoid him. Holden is feeling the need to go defensive. Jadwat's showing great pace here. He's got that gap down to Crawford in just 13 seconds, but there's only 9 laps remaining in this race, unfortunately. I don't think it's enough. Slight error there for Halkett. Holden-Jones just scampers away there for the moment. When is this man Absma going to do a pit stop? That's the big question. Clearly that was the team's play to go long as possible. I'm quite impressed using the blue flags to their advantage. Able to stretch out that gap to Jadwat. Because we've got, who's off there? Lario, I think, has gone off. Or has actually lost the position to Langefar. These two side by side now. Langefar trying to sweep around the outside. That's brave. Oh, fantastic racing between Lario and Langefeld. But Langefar through to 5th. Sparks now into the pits from 19th position. That's Steven Sparks. Laurie now with the run on Langefeld. Langefeld goes defensive and tries to run him wide. Alright, just working the gears there down the long Hawthorne heel straight. Let's have a look at back from Langerveld at Laria. That was my son to move away enough from Ollie. Find the gap up to 12 seconds at the front. See Bottas just making way there for Langerveld. Nicely done. And Bottas was number 2. Just be careful not to hold up Bolario. We'll be getting blue flags now. It does well to move aside. And Absma just must be wary of the rule that you're not allowed to pit on the last lap. You're not allowed to pit on the formation lap or the last lap. But I'm sure he knows that. Now the formation lap, the first lap, race lap, and the last lap. And Oliphant now into the pits. So he's decided to come in now. He's actually in fact leaving. That looked like a stop and go to me. It didn't look like a lot of stoppage time. That was very, very interesting. Which is allowed. You can just bring the car to a stop in the pits and then go again. That's strategy is allowed. Or did I just catch Oliphant there after he did his proper stop? I don't know. By proper stop I mean taking fuel or tyres. It takes a bit longer. 6 laps remaining now. And how Oliphant has rejoined ahead of Crawford now suggests that it was just a stop and go. So Oliphant fighting Crawford for second position. So he's got the one up on Crawford for the moment. And so Absmeyer's got, what's that, 4 laps remaining to do a pit stop. So far secured RP Madcap on way to a 1-2 victory here. Do their team's championship aspirations. Very, very good. And catapult them into the lead of the team's championship. And Absmeyer will go tie with Judd Watt in the drivers' championship. Will Absmeyer come into the pits this time round? Let's wait and see. Yes, I think he's going to come in now. No, he's not going to come in now. Okay. And of course, just a reminder to all our viewers, this is the first race of 3 races this week. We've got, of course, this Division 1 race tonight, and then on Wednesday evening is the Division 2 and 3 races. And you're very welcome to sign up by visiting our website at simracesa.co.za. We do use Assetto Corsa, the simulator, and its dream packs. absolutely come and have some fun. And if you want to ask any questions, you're welcome to join our Discord channel. We've got a very vibrant and active Discord channel. Beg your pardon. And all managed by Ryan Hill, which I'm very grateful for all the work he does on the Discord side. And of course we also have a forum as well. And great to see a whole lot of new drivers joining for the season. We've got 68 signups for the season, on the way to 70. In fact, I think it is now 70. And you've got 3 divisions, and it looks like we're gunning for a 4th division. I'm not sure if it'll happen this season, perhaps next season. But plenty of action to be had, and always somebody to race with. Right from Division 1 through down to the lower divisions in every round. Oh, here comes Abismai. Finally, Abismai into the pits. Does well not hit the wall. Looks like he's practiced that very well. And our race leader comes in now. He should rejoin in front of Crawford pretty. Let's see if he goes to stop and go now, Abismai. Or does he spend a bit of time there? And it's a stop. Stop. No, it looks like he's taking on fuel. No, that was very quick indeed. Perhaps just making sure that he comes to a stop. But here comes Crawford in the distance there. It's closer than I thought. But Abismai will comfortably rejoin in the lead. So fantastic strategy play and tyre management here by Abismai. Using the wheels to his advantage to take victory. In a couple of, let's not jinx it though. He still needs to get past 3 laps. And let's go and see if there's any battles happening down here. Let's see what's happening with Cab and Halket. These two have been battling the whole race long. Great to watch. Yes, in fact, we've missed a pass for 2nd position. Thank you, Nick Hodgson. Yes, Crawford is ahead of Oliphant. Now, we're not sure if Crawford took tyres or not in his stop. He might have. And perhaps that's paying dividends now for Crawford. Oliphant on those race-long tyres now. And of course, this is the time where all the teams are hoping they've got their fuel calculations right. Not to run out of fuel in the last lap. I mean, I know I've done that before. So what I do is I calculate my fuel and I always add an extra lap on top, just in case. Better safe than sorry. So here at Crawford spoiling the party here for secured RP Mad Cape. Well, on way to 1-2. Crawford in the Kids Zap Maserati is saying, not if I have anything to say about it. Oh, what's happened here? Oliphant with a mistake, it looks like. Judd Watts not anywhere near him, unfortunately. I think that Porsche behind him is either Chris Heineke. Yes, it is Chris Heineke. The Attack Shack Porsche. Chris Heineke in the top 10. Another good run here for Chris Heineke, although you would want to be a bit further up. Chris Heineke also part of the RSA Protea Sim Sports team, taking on the international competitions. And the Virtual Le Mans Series and the Virtual Endurance Championship. The team getting prepared for that new season. Haber now an attack from Halket once again. Halket makes a big mistake there. Well, Helness is nowhere near him. That's his teammate Bottas. I beg your pardon. I think using the 2 Redline Racing Porsches there. So we've started the penultimate lap this evening. Crawford has moved away from Oliphant. So looks like we saw that mistake from Oliphant, of course, that's why. And Judd Watt currently in 4th position. Halkett now with the run on Kerber. Got the inside line. Oh, they're going to make contact. No, they do very well not to. Some great moves around there this evening. Kerber maintains that 12th position for now, but our racer Jason Absmeyer started the very last lap of this fantastic race this evening. Wow. And Absmeyer just looking to keep it on the black stuff, bring it home. Don't relax too much. If you relax too much on the last lap, you could make an error and that could be it. You do not want to affect your rhythm right now. But also drive within your limits, of course. Just one corner remaining now for the secured RP Madcap Maserati of Jason Absmeyer to take victory here at Brands Hatch. Round 2 of the South African simGT4 series. Congratulations to him and the team. Fantastic result. Gerrit Crawford with a wow 2nd position, must be said. Fantastic executed strategy. And the kids at Maserati will come in 2nd. Fantastic. And Leslie Oliphant will complete the podium. A secured RP Madcap 1-3, and Bashir Judd Watt will finish in 4th position after a fantastic attempt at this race. Christopher Langerfeld will finish in 5th position, the 2nd quickest Porsche for Redline Racing. Great drive by him as well. And Sean Laurier will finish in 6th position. I think that's his best result in a sim race South Africa sanctioned race. Devon Lisher, wow, what a 7th for him. The last of our qualifiers for the South African simGT Series Division 1 race at Mugello. Lisher will go through to that straight away. Fantastic performance by that shake and bake Maserati. Mark Hembry will get a solid 8th position finish. Lindsay Ray will get 9th in the Arco Racing Maserati. Chris Heineke will complete the top 10. Boy will get 11th, Cab at 12th, Halkett 13th. Geldenes 14th, Govender 15th, Ismail 16th, and Bottas 17th, Tukak 18th, Sparks 19th, Stephen, and Alfie Vansel completes the field in 20th position. And that was my enjoys a victory lap, and why not? Congratulations to him and secured RP Madcap outfit. And well, from me, Jason Holden-Jones, that concludes this fantastic race at Brands Hatch. Thank you very much for joining me, everybody watching on YouTube. And of course, we've got the Division 2 and 3 race on Wednesday evening, and we look very much forward to that. Well, after a fantastic race, thank you very much once again, and until Wednesday, all the best until then. Goodbye.